Shalom, this is a Shaw Bansralla at Lions Den Camp, located in Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, I would like to all praise, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son, in the proper true Hebrew tongue. Kal, Halam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amoth. Also, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Double honors to my apostle down here in the Lions Den Camp as well, Aharo Bansralla. Peace and blessings, 1/3. Insight to sit over elect. It's going to be a quick lesson going into negligence. Well, it's preparation, actually. Any lesson. It's quick, very quick, though. Just returning to, disregarding one's responsibility, and being very, foolish. And that's legally what negligence is. If you if you if you harm somebody, or so on and so forth, and you do it and you wasn't or you get harmed by doing something foolish, negligence. They did in the workplace to do that on the corner, like civilly on the streets and stuff. But I'm gonna get this definition of negligence. It says the negligence is the failure to exercise the level of care that a reasonably prudent person would use in a similar circumstance. So a reasonably prudent person would use in a similar circumstance. That's when I just saw this. It reminded me of like when the men when the men on the street corners, at a park, anywhere, the main streets of Concourse, right? Where everybody be at. Here in Jacksonville, Florida, we be at like Memorial Park. It's a whole bunch of people. It's a whole bunch of people there, And if it's not, it's not. But mostly it is. But nonetheless, we're saying that Babylon gonna be destroyed. We're telling the audience. We're telling the audience, we're telling whoever's around us, that this place is gonna be ended. It's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, 200 million ICBMs, and not only it's in the scriptures, as well as it's happening right now in front of your face. How war is happening economically, it's happening, proxies, it happened, inflation. Sooner or later you're gonna get Armageddon. Sooner or later you're gonna get a world war. And we're in the beginning stages of that, and this already has happened 2 times before. The last time that the first time nuclear energy was used, nuclear destruction was used, World War II, and it was used on a foreign country. It was used on Japan. It was not used here in America. It was not used nowhere else or nothing like that. But everyone has them now, and now everyone has them. Even, India, Pakistan, whatever case may be, they're all here. They're all assembled, and nuclear destruction is imminent, and it would be very negligent to disregard that, to disregard anyone saying that it's going to be destroyed, and the only way you can be saved is through the Most High Yahweh and the Son named Yahweh Shai, and that it's for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the most oppressed people here in the most needy people in the world, the most oppressed people, at least spiritually, because everything's taken away from us. Of course, Ishmael is being oppressed over there by Esau, but they know who they is. They are heathens. If it's not gonna be Esau, it's gonna be it will be Ishmael attacking Elam or something like that. And either way, they're gonna be owned in the kingdom for 1,000 years. But nonetheless, is our people are very negligent. Two-thirds of our people are very negligent, man. So it says, once again, failure to exercise a level of care that are reasonably prudent. That word prudent, it means looking towards the future. All right, I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 12. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. All right, so a reasonably prudent person, would acknowledge that that the fact that that nuclear war is imminent. That world war, another world war is imminent, and we're proving it with the scriptures. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Destruction thrice. Well, it has happened twice before. It happened twice before in America, at least. Oh, sorry, it happened. We had three world wars. So that's world wars. Not to mention, of course, civil wars, and that's inside of America, of course, though, and stuff like that. But nonetheless, wars has always happened and will happen again. It will happen again. It's going to continue to happen, and ultimately, we're at the end of all that because everyone has nuclear warheads. All right, so that can destroy a city, and it's definitely going to destroy this place, Babylon. It's gonna make this place to a lake of fire, and no one, and of course, not everyone's gonna care. It's gonna be the 1/3 and hopeful elect is gonna truly understand what's happening. A prudent man is going to understand that Yahweh is doing all this. Or once they understand about God, once they get the wisdom at least, they understand they're gonna know Yahweh's doing this, and what should you do is call on the name of the Lord. The Lord name is a sure tower. The righteous runneth into it. So they paraphrasing. So that's what it says. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself. So that's the only way you're gonna hide yourself is through Yahweh B'Shem Shai. The 1/3 and the hopeful elect are going to do that. The men, women, and children. The nation of Israel is going to do that. It says, but the simple pass on in our punish. This is like this is spiritual and very much physical. Because once again, negligence. When you hear a random brother in sackcloth, prophesying on the street corners, as it did, as did Yahweh shot 2,000 years ago, which nobody I guess knows. But they talk about nuclear destruction, stuff that's imminent, stuff that's happened in the past 80 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, 5 years, and they're saying all the facts, all the prophecies and the scriptures, and you just walk on by. You hear you don't even listen, or you might hear him going. Let's keep going. Let's keep walking. Let's have some fun. That's crazy. That's truly crazy to me. But hey, that's how the Lord did it. It's gonna be 2/3 that's gonna be meant for destruction. It's gonna be these heathens and Esau. They can't be saved. So hey, that's what it is. If you're not prudent, hey, this is what you're gonna. It says they're gonna pass on and they're gonna be punished. And they surely will be punished. This is Proverbs chapter 8 and 11. It says, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired or not to be compared to it. So negligence is ignorance. It's not really ignorance, because you have to know what you're doing a little bit, but you're not doing it. You're not being totally aware of what you're doing. But people like to be negligent. People like to neglect the fact that the Most High is real. Even though all these celebrities, what's it called? Yeah, these celebrities, they thank him in their awards. I thank God for being the best quarterback, the best fullback, or the best actor, the best singer, whatever. But the Lord didn't set up people to be singers to save the world, or for that to be their only thing that they're going to do with their life. Nah, the Lord set up his wives, his men, and of course his believers, the men, women, children. But he set up his men ultimately to be the elect, the hopeful elect. Lord, we're part of that number, and to save our people, and using the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right, what's the most valuable thing in the universe and the most powerful thing in the universe, other than Yahweh B'Shem Shai? And it's a gift, and it's a sword. It's a power. I lost my point, but they neglect the fact that that's not the truth. That's not the truth that they were chosen by God to be the best. Nah, you were chosen by God to be 2/3 or the 1/3 or the hopeful elect or heathen. If you're not following Yahweh B'Shem Shai, then you just You just got some money, and guess what? Here, let me get this one right. This is Second Ezra chapter 9. I'm start at verse 10. I got verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. They being negligent. They didn't know that this will come back to bite them in their behind. You know, once again, with the definition, it says that not exercising what a reasonably prudent person would do. So it says, then shall it be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. A prudent person would not abuse the Lord's ways, and they have cast them away despitefully. Shall dwell in and they that have cast them away spitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as their life have received benefits, and have not known me. And they have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty. They had the opportunity to change from their wicked ways and turn back to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Mashai, but they did not. That's not prudent at all. That's negligent. And when it is yet place of repentance, once upon unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. All right, so that negligence, when you had the liberty, when you had the freedom to do that, all right, to turn back to Yahweh Bashim, you chose to just think you had it good, think you got all the money, think you got all this and that. Nah. When you do that, you gonna be punished for that. Just like it says, the foolish, they're gonna be punished for not being prudent, for not having that wisdom of Yahweh Shemashai, for not not being smart at all, not even a little bit, But yeah, that was just a little lesson is going negligence. It's a good word. It's like a legal word, But negligence, Yeah, that's what our people do. That's what they're currently doing, and just like Second Ezra 9 said, they think they think nothing finna happen to them, because they're not prudent. They don't have the wisdom. It says once again, it's to exercise the level of care that a reasonably prudent person will use in similar circumstances. So we both in the same circumstance. Me and Floyd Mayweather on the same circumstance. We both living on this earth, trying to stay alive. We don't know when we're gonna pass away, Lord willing. I make it out of here, And any sincere Akim and Aquatim as well, across the four corners of the earth. But trying to get money because he want money. I need my daily bread, I don't need it. He thinks he need it. So we're in a similar circumstances. We both Jake, but he's trying to get to the bag only. I'm trying to get to Yahweh Shema Shai only. Keep getting daily bread is just keeping my family fed and so on and so forth. But ultimately, I'm trying to trying to get to the Lord. I don't care about the bag that much. I care about it a slightly bitty bit just to pay the bills and get what I need done, man. A daily bread. That's how it works. But Lord willing, it's a final lesson. Going negligence, and with that, I say shalom.